Hello, my name is Liam. I'm a pro scripter and game developer, and I made this anime Roblox game in one day. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the difference between a 10-minute anime game, and in this video, I'm gonna show you the difference between a 10-minute Roblox anime game, a 1-hour Roblox anime game, and a 1-day Roblox anime game. Starting with the 10-minute game. For the 10-minute game, I wanted to make something that wouldn't be too challenging as an animation and VFX wise, because I'm terrible at those. So I went with One Punch Man. Now, how does someone create a One Punch Man fighting game in 10 minutes? Well, it's very simple. First, you do a little bit of animating, then a little bit of scripting, sprinkle in some ray casting and part spawning, and yeah, pretty terrible, I know. I decided to give myself an extra 5 minutes just to make some small fixes and make it look decent. Well, for 10 minutes, that is. Overall, the game is pretty bad, and hardly even a game. So, let's move on to the next game. Now that we're working with 1 whole hour, there was a little bit more that I could do. I mean, after all, it's 6 times the amount of time. Anyways, this game is going to be a one-piece fighting game. See a pattern? Where you can play as Luffy. What? You expected more characters? What do I look like? I made out of time? I decided I was going to make 3 moves, and then only ended up making 2 of them, because the third one would have required some complex Bezier curve animations. And those moves are Gumu Gumu no Rocket and standard punching. Yeah, just like the 10-minute game, this one really didn't have too much going for it. I started by making some standard punches, by creating an animation and tweaking the arm size so that they would be bigger. And that looked alright. After that, I made the one special ability, which is a movement ability, by the way. I made another animation where you can stretch out your arms, albeit much further. And, well, let's just say it looks a little scuffed. Oh, this is awful. And because I had a minuscule amount of time left after, I decided to add some trees. And to really sell the idea that this is a one-piece game, I added a giant pirate ship near spawn. Then I decided that I would show my brother, who was a huge fan of One Piece, my game. So, yeah, we got this pirate ship here, you know, totally authentic from One Piece.
Right, that looks exactly like it.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it. Yeah.
Dude, what is that? Okay, let me see the bazooka at least. He doesn't even stretch his arms back, bro. What is that? Why does the bazooka launch him? The bazooka doesn't launch him.
It doesn't?
No, that's rocket. Maybe you should have made this for the one-day game. You know, I'm really concerned for the one-day game now.
Those other games? Yeah. They were absolute jokes. But now we're getting into the real meat and potatoes of this challenge. That's right, the 24-hour game. Now, if you thought I'd get any breaks while making this, you're dead wrong. I took 0 breaks while making this stupid game, and I absolutely regretted it. But I did it for you guys. Now for this game, I got a little feisty. That's right, I added 2 characters. Isn't it incredible? I first spent a good 3 hours getting the core systems into place. Things like abilities and input handler, etc. But after that, things started to go downhill. You see, the default Roblox characters have very precise movement. All thanks to the humanoid object that they contain. But I didn't want that for this game. I wanted a movement-based game with slippery controls. So I spent like the next 3 hours trying to get something to work, but none of my ideas were working. And you're not gonna believe what happens next. Halfway through my movement endeavor, I got some unexpected visitors. Don't get away from me.
Can we be in the stream? Can we be in the stream?
Guys,
hi chat.
I have some terrible news.
Yeah,
People broke into my house. Yeah,
is that 5 hours of work? 4.5 actually. Yo, this reminds me of something.
What's it remind you of?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What anime game are you making?
Chainsaw Man.
Is it One Piece?
Chainsaw Man.
Is it One Piece?
I already did the One Piece one.
Blox Fruit, maybe.
Blox Fruit too. I don't like these intruders. Yo, you guys like that chainsaw? Yo! no,
Bro, why don't the
Man.
blades move though?
I didn't animate
Cause you gotta
that.
animate it, bro.
Dude, no, I spent like the last 2 hours trying to like write this movement system.
What's
and
the,
it
what's
just
the
didn't
movement
work.
system?
Here, look. Yeah, I'd say it's a
Oh,
little,
yeah,
I'd say
that
it's a
looks
little
bad.
buggy.
Oh.
I wasted so much time on that.
It's not a waste if you
Brendan.
fix it.
Alright, should we get going, guys?
Oh, I don't wanna go.
Sorry, Leo.
Yeah, I think you need to leave.
Alright.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
I saw him in that room.
Oh.
No, bro, you're not going there. Get out of my house. Get out of here. Bye.
It's a good game.
I'll make a great game. I mean, who does that? Anyways, I had to give up on the movement system as I knew it would just be too much of a burden for me. Now, something that surprised me is, while I was working, one of my viewers messaged me asking if they could create a chainsaw model for the game. I didn't feel like any rules were being broken, so I allowed it. And I must say, it was a really good model, especially given the time. So, props to you, Adveno. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. Just look at his Twitter. Now, let me introduce you to the two characters in this game. This is Chainsaw Guy. Now, Chainsaw Man is difficult to interpret as a fighting game because the movements are so complex that they can't really be categorized into their own moves. Instead, using the knowledge I already had on the show, I created a moveset based off of what I had seen. Now, something interesting about this game is that I focus mainly on the aerial attacks. That's because 1, the characters have an insane amount of jump height, and 2, they seem to be more effective in the air. Sure, Chainsaw Man can attack from the ground, but in the show, he seems to always be flying around, and I really wanted to replicate that. And after a lot of work, this was the result of that. One thing I really didn't like though was the chainsaw detachment ability, as it's pretty unreliable and ineffective. It's basically a joke of an attack. Now remember how I mentioned that there would be 2 characters in this game? Let's move on to her. I thought Power would be a very interesting character to add into the game, as she can simply forge weapons from her blood, which is like totally rad. However, at this point into the challenge, I was getting very tired and subsequently lazy. So attacks like double jump and the dive are basically a reskin of Chainsaw Guy's. However, she does get one new ability, and that's the ability to make blood spears rain down at the cursor's position. And to be honest, it's as much of a joke as Chainsaw Guy's chain detachment ability. Now, at this point into the challenge, I was getting really tired. Yep, 10 hours left. Can't you see the joy in my face? I'm so excited to sit here for another 5 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, I can't wait. And my viewers are actually kind of getting concerned for my health. Break, what's a break? So, while I had an additional 4 hours, I believed it would be better to just publish the game in its current state. And now that the game is finished, I sent an announcement to my Discord server, and we actually got some people playing. And to be honest, I thought this game would be way buggy, but it was actually playable, and I think it's safe to say that everyone had a blast. Oh my god. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see a video where I work on this Chainsaw Guy game for an additional 6 days, totaling an entire week. Now before you click off, at least let me sum up the experience. Overall, I learned a lot of things about making fighting games while doing this challenge. And while this challenge was hard, especially the 24-hour part, I still had a lot of fun. Would I recommend ever doing this challenge? Probably not. It took about a day for me to get back into my regular sleep schedule, so heed my warning. Oh, and special thanks to the people that tuned in for this stream. I appreciate you all. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Also, check out this video where I made Super Mario Brothers in Roblox.